Happy New Year. Welcome to a wonderful New Year 2024. It's my pleasure to bring you the first edition of BOI Impact in the new year. I am Olagunju. This edition and the next few ones will bring you the reviews of some of the activities of the Bank of Industry from last year, with special focus on projects driven and supported by BOI, ranging from the large, medium, small and micro enterprises sectors of the Nigerian economy. In the twilight of 2023, the executives of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN, were at BOI's head office in Lagos on a courtesy call on the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the bank, Dr. Olasupo Olusi. Dr. Olusi complimented the executive members for the many good initiatives being undertaken by the Institute, as well as the progress being made towards the propagation of good corporate governance in line with international best practices. Here are highlights of the visit. A council member of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Abiola Asende, gave an overview of the Institute's activities.
We take pride in the fact that we are the foremost governance professional institute in the world. You know, governance professionals go beyond just company secretarial practice. We are trained, certified to handle administration, governance agenda, and just run, corporations. So we have all of those skills, internationally certified. We are a member of the Corporate Secretaries International Association, is based in Hong Kong. In fact, the immediate past president of that association was the past president of our institute. So we have a strong international affiliation and we gather a lot of skills, knowledge, expertise around the world.
ICSAN's Deputy Registrar Operations, Michael Nwogu, said the institute is ready to partner with BOI.
We train our members regularly and we're also open to training non-members of the institute. As a matter of fact, we conducted a training for select members of the BOI family in this same room, and we're looking forward to doing a refresh of that initiative. But from that program, we actually learned a lot about your offering and the packages that you have for different stakeholders within this system, and we are convinced that having occasional governance training and refresher programs for people that may be taking up facilities with you will be a good idea moving forward.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasupo Olusi, described the visit as timely.
It just shows that you're a very, very proactive institute and that you follow the trend, follow the times. And it's very important to our own internal workings also at the Bank of Industry. The ones that are most at risks are SMEs. If they are better managed, better governed, we believe that we may be able to, lower those kind of risks if, we give them the adequate support that they need, not necessarily financing, but of course technical assistance from the point of view of corporate governance and all the activities that you and your organization can provide. And from that point of view, it will help us within the Bank of Industry to also lower the riskiness of our portfolio and then to continue to, support and intervene to the extent that we can based on the demands of that critical sector.
For over 6 decades, Bank of Industry has been here, driving Nigeria's industrial development through financial and business support services to micro enterprises, small and medium enterprises, and large enterprises across Nigeria. Leveraging on strategic partnerships, we provide equipment financing, working capital, and support to enterprises in key sectors of Nigeria's economy, including youth and women-led enterprises. Whatever your business needs, starting up, expansion, diversification, modernization, or rehabilitation, we'll be here, always to support you. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
Now to our year 2023 review, and what better place to start than the health sector? As the saying goes, health is wealth. Duchess International Hospital, a leading provider of advanced evidence-based healthcare services in Africa, offers a bespoke, first-class and fully comprehensive range of secondary and tertiary healthcare expertise. The state-of-the-art 8-floor, 100-bed facility delivers high-quality primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare services across multiple specialties. The Bank of Industry is proud to be a major financier of Duchess International Hospitals.
Duchess Bespoke Clinical Service combines excellence in healthcare with a unique experience of hospitality. The Chief Executive Officer of the hospital, Dr. Tokunbo Shitabe, tells us more about the hospital in this interview.
This is the Duchess International Hospital. We like to refer to it as a one-stop shop for a wide range of services and specialties across primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare. Our mission is to reverse medical tourism by delivering the highest standards of care, using the most advanced technology and treatments to give you, our customers, our clients, the fastest, most convenient access to the best medical expertise available anywhere in the world. The reason we exist is to provide access to affordable world-class healthcare. And how do we go about doing that? We want to ensure, of course, that we can provide 24/7 access to emergency medicine and critical care. So the facilities that we have there are absolutely top-notch. We do not compromise on standards. We ensured that before we opened our doors, we had a bedrock of critical care, able to serve patients in dire need of life-saving care. We're thinking about other specialties as well. We ensure that our facilities are there to cater for both spectrums of the population. So the very young, for example, we have a neonatal intensive care unit, a pediatric intensive care unit, a robust pediatrics department, a robust obstetrics and gynecology department, able to perform laparoscopic, that's minimally invasive procedures. We provide a wide range of complex surgical specialties and services. We have 5 dedicated theatres, including one dedicated to cardiothoracic surgery. The entire 5th floor is dedicated to cardiac surgery and interventional cardiology, for example. And of course, we have quite robust medical facilities in endocrinology, dialysis, and a whole range of specialties and services. The plan is to ensure, of course, what we like to do is to ensure that our doctors here are able to have the right facilities to work with, and that we're able to cater for those who will also return from the diaspora to work alongside us. So it's quite a robust service.
Dr. Shitabe spoke on the impact of the relationship between the Bank of Industry and Duchess International Hospital.
Funding is absolutely crucial to the running of any healthcare service. So what the Duchess has been able to benefit from in terms of its relationship with the BOI means that we are able to, one, of course, as I said earlier, provide that access to affordable world-class healthcare, and two, we're able to invest in a wide range of facilities and services. So, of course, the Bank of Industry is concerned with development finance, but I will have to say that the Bank of Industry has been a very crucial partner right from inception, taking the leap into healthcare, starting with this organization, to fund not just the infrastructural development, much of it, but also the range of cutting-edge facilities that we have in radiology and laboratory, right through here. The Bank of Industry has been able to support us in putting that together right at the start, right going back to 2016, 2017, in the laying of the foundation for this place, and also supporting us with the operational financing. This support is not in double-digit interest rates, and it's not in foreign exchange. which means that we are able to underpin this service with what I like to call sustainable business. And what it means, therefore, is that it guarantees that we are here for the long haul. And therefore, we feel that there is a responsibility that we have to pass that on to the masses.
Duchess would not exist without the Bank of Industry. So Bank of Industry has made a tremendous impact, and I'm also aware of other projects that have been underwritten by the Bank of Industry and guaranteed by the Bank of Industry. This has been the most satisfying thing I've ever done in my life. Returning to Nigeria to help to provide care and have to lead teams here. Nothing has given me more satisfaction than this.
We want to be able to say to all Nigerians, you don't have to go abroad. Okay, this place is about reversing medical tourism.
Thanks for staying with us. In basic economics, one of the very important factors of production is capital, including tools and machinery needed for the manufacturing process. Iron and steel are major components in fabricating these machineries. Our next stop is the steel mills. Abuja Steel Mill Limited was incorporated in 2004 to engage in the manufacturing of high-strength rebars and billets of various sizes that conform to the Standards Organization of Nigeria's NIS 117-2004 Grade 550 standards. This is part of BOI's efforts in making Nigeria self-sufficient in steel production.
Executive Director, Corporate Affairs, African Industries Group, Uche Amadi, tells us more in this interview.
In 2013, when the first production started, first, the major raw material are scrap, steel scraps. And the very steel scraps are in abundance in the north. And the process is usually, these scraps are melted, they go through a melting process. At inception, the melting capacity was 90,000 metric tons. And after melting, they are normally turned into ingots or billets and rolled into the rolling mill. And the rolling capacity as at that time was about 120 metric tons. So there was a gap of rolling out the very steel. So in 2018, there was the need to have an expansion, and Bank of Industry was handy to assist in the very expansion program as well. Though from inception they are the backbone of the very project, in 2018 we have to move up. Now this time the melting process now increased to 165 and the production capacity to 150. That expansion process is still going on. We have also the plan of increasing the melting capacity to 240 with the help of Bank of Industry, and the rolling mill capacity of 215 today. And essentially what we have are mainly rolling out what we call rebars. Well, in the local parlance, they call it iron rod. But these are rebars, different categories, different sizes and shapes, ranging from the lowest size to the highest size of from 8 mm to 32 mm. In the past, most of our scraps are bought from the north, moved down to Lagos, and after manufacturing in Lagos, we move again the finished goods again to the north. So this double handling, now we needed to reduce it by, if possible, even more than half. So the goods are there, we get the raw material there in the north, the goods are also sold in the north. today we do not talk about importing steel into this country. And this very steel produced at Abuja Steel meets the standard, the international standard. We've been able to save a lot of foreign exchange. Instead of importing some of these very items, this steel, we get the same international standard steel produced at Abuja Steel Mill. We are even earning foreign exchange for this country because part of, we're also on the area of export drive of our steel, not only to consume locally in Nigeria, but even to West African region. This product also moved across. But most interesting thing you might like to hear is that we're able to generate close to 1,000 employment to this very local suburb. At the same time, we have always shared this very concept that it has also created some, what I call environmental sanitation, in the sense that these scraps used to be a kind of environmental hazards that we've been able to clear from the streets. What happened to be a waste has turned to be a wealth. So moving from waste to wealth.
Aside from the Bank of Industry's support of Abuja Steel Mill's production of reinforcement bars and billets, BOI also supported the company to set up its 11 megawatt captive solar power plant.
We needed an alternate source of electricity. We only had grid supply. We needed another source of electricity supply that can be cost effective and also be environment friendly. We then conceptualized the idea of 11 megawatt solar power plant, and we installed this power plant, which is now covering about 20% of our power requirement in Abuja steel mills. So we have all the solar panels placed. We have a 33 kV network installed there. So the DC power is generated. It is generated on the panels. When the light strikes, the electrons move and electricity is generated, and it is direct current, which is being converted into AC current that we use in our households, in our industries. So that is converted from low voltage to high voltage of 33 kV, and it is being fed to Abuja steel mills.
Glad you're still here with us. The wheels of manufacturing and industry need constant oiling, pun intended. So our next spotlight is on Zenda AE International Company Limited, producers of automotive oils. The company also produces tin bottles used in packaging brake and automatic transmission fluid, which it sells to automotive retailers in Enugu, Abia, Port Harcourt and Kano states.
I started as far back as 2003. I started as a motor spare part seller. Then I have dream towards production. Sometimes when I am in my store, when I look at the spare parts, I begin to see the possibility of making this thing happen. So that is how I started to think more about going into production, which is as Zenda AE International Company Limited. For the printing aspect, the machine will have capacity of producing 12 to 15,000 tin sheets, which is, we're talking about up to above 10 tons of tin sheet in a day. Then when it comes for finishing product, or should I say can session, our minimum production in a day in a can session is 10,000 pieces. And that's the can aspect of it determine the quantity of the final production, which is the filling. So if we produce up to 15,000 to 20,000 pieces in a day, if we have full capacity, then that gives us more production in the filling and the packaging. Our product is cheaper in the market, and the quality is very high. I don't want to use the word that is the highest quality in the market, but our quality is very high and our product is cheap. And then what makes it cheap is that because I start from the beginning to the end. I don't depend my business on any other company. So I reduce costs because I make the tin, I make the filling and everything. So I reduce a lot of costs. And those costs I reduce from the production, I remove it from the product. And that won't make the product cheap. And because of that, people have begun to believe in Nigeria products.
Mr. Ani spoke further on how the company was able to acquire tin-making machines through the support of BOI.
I started with Bank of Industry 2017. So first of all, I tried to share my vision with them. They come to believe me and brought the machine. So we have been keeping a good relationship. The machine helped us because Oleda was having 3 of the same machine where their own come in. Then the machine helped to increase the more capacity, just like I told you, that our capacity minimum is 10,000 there, so which can go to 15,000. So automatically, before the machine comes, we can only, our maximum then is like 12,000 or minimum 8,000. So the presence of their machine increases to 15%, which is we cannot produce up to 15,000 cans in a day, minimum 10,000. My staff was between 15. Then finally, after I got in the machine, I think since then we have 60 staff. I'm talking of active staff. We have 60 staff. So every year we expand. So we have a lot of plans.
At the Bank of Industry, we do not only finance your projects, we also give our customers the required technical support and render business advisory services to ensure that they succeed, which would enable them to conveniently repay their loans. As a leading development finance institution, BOI has developed innovative financing packages for different sectors of the economy, especially sectors that can create inclusive and sustainable impact in line with the bank's vision and mission. For further information on how you can access BOI facilities, kindly visit our website, social media pages, or visit any of our offices nationwide. And that's it on BOI Impact. I am Olagunju. Thanks for watching.